Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode 1424. Today back into Very OddGamer, episode number 174, excuse me. Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I never heard of this video game before in my life, but regardless, let's react to this beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Wait, hold up.
Thank you.
Oh, he's, what is this character's name? Yeah, I'll get to that a little bit. Continue on. Wow.
When the sun goes down and the moon rises, your frightful creatures start to emerge.
Wow.
Memorable franchises take a turn to the dark side, with tie-in games that give you many chills. It is the right time for a reviewer to step in and
Yeah, so much eye creeping like they did last episode of Very OddGamer. Continue on.
shed some light on these so-called games.
Welcome, foolish viewers, to the scary Odd Gamer.
Wow. Oh, man. Very OddGamer and Bram Stoker's Dracula. Continue on. Oh, that's Dracula. I see.
Good evening again. It is I, the scary Odd Gamer.
Okay.
Well, we talked about a ghost story, literally. So now we talk about horror folklores. And what better folklore to talk about than the vampire himself, Dracula.
Okay.
Well, that and there have been a few vampire movies that came out recently. But those
Whoa.
were about its history.
Wait. Wait, I never heard of Bram Stoker. Okay. Let me look it up. So I was looking at food battle stuff. Oh, he's a author. Okay. Irish author. Okay. Who wrote 1897's Gothic horror novel Dracula. Okay. Makes sense. Continue on.
Allow me to explain. The story of Dracula was first published in 1897 by Irish author Bram Stoker. It became a huge hit to all readers around the world for many generations. Over 30 years later, Universal Studios would buy the film rights to Dracula and would later release the film in 1931 with Bela Lugosi as the famous Count. Although an earlier film named Nosferatu was released 9 years prior,
Which makes sense, even though I saw the Cinemassacre 100 years of this movie, and it first came out during my grandmother Jeffers was born that time frame. Continue on.
Shrek as Count Orlok, a character inspired by Dracula.
Wow.
In the later years, Count Dracula will be portrayed...
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get to that, continue on part. SpongeBob references on the North Avenue, and he's like, things like that. Continue on.
Orlok, a character inspired by Dracula. In the later years, Count Dracula will be portrayed by many actors, including Christopher Lee in 1958 with the Hammer horror series,
Wow.
Frank Langella in 1979, and Gary Oldman in 1992, among others. Even Nicolas Cage played Dracula in the movie Renfield, released not too long ago. Though not the first time he was involved with a vampire. I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! Since then, the Count from Transylvania has been terrifying audiences for numerous years. And with it being successful, it's no surprise that Dracula will appear in other sources of medium, like video games. Of course, the first thing that would come to mind is Castlevania, but I'll get to that when the time comes. But for this review, I'll be talking about the tie-in game to the 1992 theatrical adaptation entitled Bram Stoker's Dracula for the Sega Genesis. But before I get to the game, let's talk about the movie the game was based on. The film was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, best known for directing the Godfather movies. With Gary Oldman as the Count, the film also starred a young Winona Ryder as Mina Harker, the love interest, Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins as Van Helsing,
Who is the narrator of The Grinch. Continue on.
the lawyer John Harker, played remarkably by Ted and Neo himself, Keanu Reeves. Just to cut a long story short, it's pretty much a theatrical retelling, somewhat, of the original Bram Stoker novel with one or two slight changes.
Wow.
When the movie released theatrically on November 13th, 1992, it became...
Oh, I see. Nice. And I was only I was only I never know my parents, my mom and dad saw that movie. My dad is a huge horror. Excuse me. My cousin Leanne and Olivia are huge horror fans. My dad and mom were, but especially the fact my mom never met my stepdad at all yet. Neither was my mom never. And my stepdad, my dad. Fun fact for her, my dad. He met Libby in the late 1960s, and basically they got a chance to have reunited to the mid 2000s. Okay, just quick reason my family. Continue on.
Huge hit for critics as well as audiences, and it racked up over $215 million at the box office, despite the major criticism of Reeves' miscast performance.
Wow.
Is the video game adaptation as good, if not better, than the movie was based on? Let's hop into it again and find out.
Okay, right here are two Disney. Anyway.
We see that the game was published by Sony ImageSoft and developed...
Oh, wait. Hold on.
We see that the game was published by Sony ImageSoft and...
Who also did Wheel of Fortune with the Sega CD? Huh. Continue on.
by Psygnosis and Traveler's Tales. And these companies
who also did the Mickey one. I don't remember what it's called, but Mickey Mania. Yeah, that's what it's called. And of course Toy Story, which Very Odd Gamer just did. Continue on many times.
on other games like Mickey Mania and even the Toy Story tie-in game,
Which I talked about earlier. Duh.
I've already reviewed. Not only does the game somewhat replicate the theme used in the movie, but we also get glimpses of Dracula in his armor. A nice touch in my opinion. Before starting the game, you can choose your difficulty, the amount of health and lives, and your desired control setting. I'll get to that in a moment. Also, keep in mind that this game was released in mid to late 1993, around a year after the movie opened in theaters. While most movie tie-in games would get released within that movie's theatrical release, other movie tie-in games would get released within the movie's home video release. The latter of the two is rare nowadays. First off, I find fitting that each level introduction acts as chapters in a book, considering that it's based on a novel. While on the subject, the vampire book cover looks very...
Wait. Vampire? Without an eye. And why? Why? Okay.
On the Van Helsing looks through in the movie. A nice touch in my opinion. Anyway, we start off with the first level of the game, the Journey to Castle Dracula. In this game, you play as Jonathan Harker. You know, the guy that Keanu Reeves plays in the movie. While you move with the control pad, the normal controls have you attack via sword with A, jump with B, and a missile weapon with C. But for the sake of making it more comfortable, I have the control set in which A is jump, B is attack, and C is your special weapon. You also have a beaker health meter on the bottom right corner of your screen that determines how many hits you can take before death. And your life counter is seen on the top right corner of your screen. It's self-explanatory. Anytime you lose a life, it respawns you right back to where you died at or last reached checkpoint via braziers. Kind of like those checkpoints from the early Sonic games. Lose all your lives and use to continue. And if I'm not mistaken, you only have 3 containers in this game before getting a game over, in which a page shows Harker dying and the credits roll via page turns.
Wow.
Excuse me, sir. You're not occupied with anything, are you?
No, come on in. Wait, OddGamer?
Oh, hey, gamer. Love the outfit you gave me. It looks good.
Thanks, I'm glad you like it.
Thanks, dude. Say, are you playing Bram Stoker's Dracula for Genesis?
Wow.
Why, yes, Hux. Yes, I am.
Dude, I love that game. And hey, if you like, I could be your Harker for the review.
Sure, why not?
Why? Yes! Hux Gamer! Continue on.
Nice,
Anyway, back to the review.
It starts you off in a tavern of all places, where you first encounter a drunk man lying on the ground, rats, and even bats.
They're good survivors.
All you do is find Van Helsing, yes, that is him, who recommends you a special weapon to use in battle, which you only have a limited amount of. But do you have to find the weapon in order to exit? Well, not necessarily. You can just simply make your way to the exit by walking up to it and pressing either up or down on the control pad to exit that area. And in case you get lost or something, you have an arrow in the top center that points in the direction you need to go. Oftentimes it can be helpful, but other times, probably not. So after exiting the tavern, you're now outside. By the way, when you defeat a bat, this sound plays.
As well as every enemy in the game. Continue on.
That sound we use again in Mickey Mania 2 years later. You'll also first encounter these spears that come towards you, whether on the ground or on the ceiling, and even spiders. Eventually encounter the first boss of the game, Dracula in his coach driver disguise. So Harker was taken to Dracula's castle by Dracula himself? Okay then. While the driver is stationary, he only has his whip to try and stop you. However, at the
I don't remember the name, but let me think. I gotta think of the name. Indiana Jones whip. Continue on.
You can slash your sword at him or fire away your missile weapons at him. The giant beaker you see up top shows how much remaining health each boss has.
Wow.
And certainly my sword is stronger than his long whip.
Whoa!
Eventually you defeat the coach driver and you move on to the next level, Harker's escape from the castle. It's similar to the tavern from the last level, only it's a library and Van Helsing recommends Harker dynamite. Also, I give this game credit for having Van Helsing look very similar to the movie. However, when in the movie did Harker wear a helmet? At least I think it's a helmet. But exiting this room takes you to the dungeon with mist, rolling boulders, skeletons, gargoyles, more spears, and hidden pathways behind a wall.
Wow.
Make your way to the bottom as you now fight against a dragon. Unless it's a dragon based on the gargoyle cleverly seen in the poster.
Oh, that's scary.
I'm going to assume this was not in the movie. Anyway, you defeat the dragon and...
Oh no! Dracula's bright trail's coming after me! There's only one thing to do.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Something I've always wanted to do. Professor Joe's family secret technique.
Avoiding obstacles like boulders and spires and gaps.
Oh my!
It's also here where you fight Dracula's first proper form.
Why does my adversary look like an old lady?
I actually never thought of that.
Wait. Old lady, hang on. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
But if you look at his hair at a different angle, it kind of looks more like,
A butt.
yeah.
But I don't know what I'm doing. God help me! Whoa. Hold it right there.
Well, sorry about that.
But it's still true.
Yeah.
Dracula has a magic shield, I think, and a ball that you can easily jump over. Then you can attack him with your sword, but just don't get too close to him though. After a while, you'll then defeat Dracula, at least for now. On to the next level, the journey to civilization. Now we're in a stable of some sorts.
At least there's a weight hanging from a rope that I can cut off. Hey
Oh.
look, there's Van Helsing. He wants me to find a wooden stake.
Or you can take this randomly placed pistol. Don't even question it, it looks awesome. But once Harker exits, he then finds a rifle in a secretly placed area. What's
Makes
great about
sense.
the rifle is that he can shoot 5 bullets simultaneously.
I guess you could say I'm a hot shot tonight.
And you once again run into Dracula's brides. It's a simple boss fight.
Hold on. Good one, Hawks.
Tonight?
And you once again run into Dracula's brides. It's a simple
Wow.
boss fight, really. After they fly around for a few seconds, they'll stop and land, which gives you time to slash them with your sword.
But why use that when I have my rifle?
Well, it does increase damage, including boss fights, but like I said before, you only have a limited amount.
Yes.
Anyway, after defeating Dracula's brides, you then teleport in a building of some sorts, but the difficulty spike ensues because enemies are now defeated with at least 2 hits. There's also another area where you have to find Van Helsing and exit the area. Okay, why must there be zombies in a Dracula?
Wait. Hold on.
Find Van Helsing and exit the area.
Sorry for the siren. Please ignore it. But anyway.
Okay, why must there be
Melty! You want?
game? Am I playing Dracula or Castlevania? Seriously, Harker, did Dracula ever send out zombies at all?
Not really.
Yeah, I thought not.
Anyway, you then fight another form of Dracula, now in his younger...
It kind of might be a Dash from the Crabbles. Anyway, in the video game form. Anyway.
is seen in the streets of London. While he does run across the area 3 times, he won't ever harm you at all. When he does stop, he'll throw a knife at you, but you can still attack him afterwards.
It's like, Dash, run! Run!
enough times, and Dracula's defeated again. Moving on to the next level, Hillingham Estate. By the way, I forgot to point out that you can also find extra lives in this game, just so I'll let you know. Anyway, venture through the floating tables helps you find Van Helsing and exit the area. And now we're in a cemetery with wolves and their handlers.
Come on, we have reindeer. Jeez.
And the next boss battle. This is in a white vampire dress. Make sure you land on the platform and not the tar because that can harm you. While she lands on a platform to throw a projectile, you can just simply attack her with a sword, like before.
I know that Lucy was best friends with my fiancée, Mina.
Wait. That type of it's kind of like a ghost. Jeez.
Until late one night when she was entranced by a wolf howl. Unfortunately, she would get bitten by said wolf, therefore turning her into a vampire.
Wait. She can't remember the Queer of DeVille.
How do you know this?
I promised Mina that we would write to each other.
Oh, I see.
Eventually defeated Lucy, but the level's not over yet. It continues in the crypt with no skeletons to grab any books from. Instead, you have red shadows of the Grim Reaper that take about 3 hits to defeat, as well as a switch to pull and platforms to jump upon. It's here where you now fight Dracula in giant wolf form.
You might be onto something.
A few hits later, and the wolf is done.
At this time, I got married to Mina and told Van Helsing about where the Count slept.
I brought him there,
Wow.
to Carfax Abbey.
And that's exactly where it goes as we head to the next level, the Trail to Carfax Abbey. In Carfax Abbey, you have wolves and floating tables. Also, I didn't notice this until now. If you pause the game, you'll see tiny Keanu Reeves clones yawning and repeat. Why do I somehow find
Wait. Really? So much repeat, ease. And all of a sudden you just have to get this out of the way, just say have 6 different copies of that. Continue on.
areas? Anyway, like before, you find Helsing and get out of here. It's here where you encounter spinning axes similar to the spheres, rats, hatchet men, and blade-wielding women. Also,
And please ignore my family in the background. I have her talking, so there you go. Let's continue on.
spinning axes similar to the spheres, rats, hatchet men, and blade-wielding women. Also, be sure to hop onto these platforms while avoiding fireballs spewing out of lava, which will instantly kill you if you touch it.
Wow.
Eventually, you fight a giant Renfeld.
Wait. Zombie? Made out of... hold on. Be right back. But folks, sorry about that. Let's just, I just came back from family. Anyway, but anyway, that's what I'm saying was, before where'd my computer glasses go? Hang on. I almost ended the episode of LJPCBM. It's right there. But anyways, now I'm back, folks. I didn't mean to end the episode of LJPCBM. It's right there, but I'm back. Anyway, what I was trying to say was, what kind of zombie is that? It's more of a elephant's trunk difference, but it was an arm look pillow type of difference. Let's continue on listening. The keyboard's not respond. Oh, come in. Thank you.
You're welcome, Doctor.
Let's continue on.
He's played by Tom Waits. But the only thing I remember about Renfeld in the movie was that he would constantly shout,
Master!
Wow.
Master! You promised me eternal life!
almost every time.
Deranged and deluded. A deadly combination. You honestly think that you're Dracula's servant? Not even your spiders agree with you. How about I shoot you down and slash you with my sword? How's that for eternal life?
Wow.
Very well put.
Thanks, dude.
But that leaves you against Dracula as a bat, and it's
Wait, hold up.
Well put.
Thanks, dude.
But that leaves you against
Is that, monster bat? I don't know. Kind of remind me of a, girlish type of bat. Continue on.
Dracula as a bat, and it's pathetic. He can fly
No.
around, but that won't do him any good. Just simply jump and attack him when you get a chance, and eventually you'll defeat him. This
Wow.
is the final level of the game, the final battle. You're now in the inner sanctum of Dracula's castle in Transylvania, filled with knights and men that throw knives at you. And you know where to go but up. At long last, you fight the true form of Dracula in his famous red armor, which he only wore.
How am I the devil? Hang on.
At long last, you fight the
This guy in the video game reminds me of the devil. Continue on.
form of Dracula in his famous red armor, which he only wore in the film's prologue, back when he was still human. It's pretty much the same tactic as the previous boss fights, which makes the final boss fight pathetically easy. You pretty much use the same strategy when fighting his younger form, jumping and attacking until he eventually dies, therefore ending the game. As you strike to defeat Dracula, he reverts to his normal aging self. Gazing upon the helpless figure, a fleeting moment of pity touches your soul as if beating to grow in power. And in one final massive effort, his body dissolves to an incandescent mist, quickly bleeding with the shadows of the ancient courtyard. The ground around you starts to shake, and so you run for the rough track that leads you back to civilization. A movement from above catches your eye, but has gone too quickly to see clearly. Further down the track, you stop to take one last look at the Shadow Castle. Man, that was a mouthful. The game ends with the castle crumbling to the ground, and the credits starts to roll. The end.
It's a bit strange given that Mia told me it was her who killed Dracula. It's a...
The game ends with the castle crumbling to the ground, and the credits starts to roll.
Is that... Whose friends this boy Columbia doing here? Give me a moment. Wait, he's a filmmaker? Oh, he's a film director, producer, and screenwriter. Okay. But he's also... But... He's 84 years old right now as I'm taping this LJPCBM ads. Okay. But he's also in... You're a Big Boy Now in 1966. Dimension 3 in 1963. And Phelan's Rainbow in 1968. The Rain People in 1969. The Godfather movies in 1970. As Lucas pointed out, because but that's just me. But then Opposites Now in 1979. And then this movie seen here, as he mentioned earlier, Jack in 1996, which I saw mentioned it many times in the Nostalgia Critic review on my joke series, you know. The Rainmaker in 1997, Pinocchio Disputes, Warner Bros. Wow. Okay. And then so many others. Megaloopus, wow. What? It's gonna come out with a Megaloopus? Wow. I wonder what year this is about to come out. Yes, the epic science fiction drama written by, produced, and directed by this guy, as you're gonna see here. Okay, it stars Adam Driver, Forrest Whitaker, something like that. And these suburb people, including Shia LaBeouf. And, you know, many others. It will start production in the 80s, but never happened. But now, he's going back in production sometime November 2022. Hold on! In my state in Georgia? Oh my god, this is going to make more difference. Oh, wow. And it's going to film in Atlanta. Wow. And it's going to tape in Trish Studios in Facebook, Georgia. Wow. Okay, let's just, wow, I didn't know. Filming wrapping on March 30th, 2023. I did not know this, but I'm very excited to see this movie. Especially another movie I want to see, The Legend of the White Dragon. That's something I can talk about before we continue on. And that has to do with, it's going to be released Q1 2024. Now, we're going to be releasing on the day Jason J. Freak would have been 50, but it was pushed back till earlier this year. So now, or next year. So I'm thinking it would be the best way to end off Jason J. Frank's life. And I met him in person 2021. So, 2021. So I figured, why not it would be great enough to celebrate Jason J. Frank's life. Well, I got the Johnny on Bosch's gift and to celebrate 30 years of Power Rangers. And he loved it, you know. That's just me. And this make more sense, you know, just have it up there, you know. And I love Donald from the very beginning. Since my lifetime. You know, that makes more sense. Anyway. But let's just continue on.
And it's a bit strange given that Mia told me it was her who killed Dracula personally, therefore freeing his soul and reuniting with his lover in heaven. Probably something to look into later.
Well.
So, Gamer, what did you think of it?
Well, Hux, if I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like it.
What?
If I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like it.
Whoa. Whoa.
While it looks appealing, the overall game structure is a bit cluttered for me. And that's almost exactly what the movie was. Amazing visuals, but terrible story structure. I really like how, for the most part, the characters look exactly like what you see in the movie. And sometimes the arrow that guides you on where to go. And the design of each level looks pretty good too. But other than that, there's really nothing else that I find enjoyable. The overall gameplay is pretty bland in my opinion. The story gradually gets worse as the game progresses. The levels can be a bit repetitive, and most if not all the boss battles are pathetically easy. I felt that the developers wanted to focus more on how the game looked rather than how the game actually played. You know what would make this game even better? Having the story be shown in cut screens with images from the movie just to get an idea on where we are in the movie's plot. What?
Makes sense. Just make more difference. Just like in, well, if you remember back in 2010, I didn't do a gameplay of it, but I did play the DS version of not Toy Story, excuse me. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Sam the Snowman had to teach me how to do things, how to play that game, and this was recording. I was doing it with I did play the game before, but this is how it makes sense. But this is how it makes sense. But I did one time in the FGO series, and all of a sudden I get a game over. But I'll try again on FGO X, just to make more cautious. But if not, we'll do another season of FWL series. Continue on.
The Sega CD kinda did that using F&B cutscenes from the movie, as
Wow.
well as an old man with a pipe reading a book passage.
Wow.
Or a better idea, have the story be presented in a letter or journal entry written by Harker himself. It can be similar to how it's done in the movie, while also having the same purpose. Overall, Bram Stoker's Dracula for the Genesis is a game that I personally would not recommend. It's probably best to watch the movie instead, but only if you like the movie to begin with.
While it's not the worst licensed game I've ever played, I just find it mediocre at best. But at least Hux did a great job as Harker.
Thanks, dude. By the way, isn't there a certain review you were going to work on?
Oh shoot, you're right! The 5-year anniversary!
Speaking of 5 years, I want to point out that through Hux and, of course, Lucas, if you're watching this, I have to celebrate. I'm going to say happy anniversary to Very OddGamer. Let's just say that celebrate 35 episodes of Very OddGamer to make more sense. Continue on.
Reminding me, Hux.
No problem. Later, dude.
Wow.
So we finally conclude another scary OddGamer. But that also means I have to work on my next review, my 5-year anniversary review. And I think you all know what that is. Until then, I'm the Fairly OddGamer, and I wish you all good luck for the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Take care, everyone.
Hey, dudes, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon.
And make sure you follow us on social media. Video commissions available. And now, I wish a character body would end off the video right now.
Halloween. The holiday I
Wow.
enjoy the most. At least it would be if that idiot Jack Skellington didn't hog all the attention. Seriously, what's so special about that bone brain? Oh well, At least that silly OddGamer knows that I, Oogie Boogie, should get all the attention I rightfully deserve.
Wow.
And on that note, perhaps you should give him some attention on Patreon. You get to have perks like early access to his reviews, a behind-the-scenes look at recordings and title cards, and best of all, monthly shoutouts from yours truly. Oh, and some other guys too, but who cares about those losers, am I right? Anyway, this time the shoutout goes to Luke Jeffers, our special guest of honor.
Wow, thank you.
Expect Lock, Shock, and Barrel to stop by for trick-or-treating later. And you'd better have some candy for them, or I'll have to stop by myself. Happy Halloween!
So that was Very Odd Gamer episode number 74, Bram Stoker's Dracula. So it was amazing. So far this episode was a success. Oh boy. And that 5th anniversary episode, I'm going to save that along with the Christmas episode of Very Odd Gamer until... Sorry, my mouth was all swarthy. Anyway, I'm gonna save this until Christmas. The Christmas special LJPCBM episode. Let's just say that. For right now, that was LJPCBM episode 1424. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one's gonna be LJPCBM episode 1425, which will be Food Battle 2023. This new Smosh video is gonna be happening coming up, but we'll just see what happens. Till next time, so Jerry's about to bear. We can watch the rest, but so sit out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening, but I tried all the time. Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.